He's been offline since 2014, but his name just appeared in chat. I didn't expect anything weird when I reinstalled Minecraft last week. Just wanted to revisit some old memories, chill out, build something simple. I hadn't touched the game in years, and I definitely didn't expect to load up my old server backup from middle school. The world booted just fine. Still running July 1st, 2010. Chunky trees, that old cobblestone spawn platform, and the spawn sign we'd made together. Welcome to Base 3. God, I hadn't thought about that in forever. It was just me and Jared back then. He was my best friend. We did everything together. Survival runs, base building, late night cave raids. That server was our summer. And then, one day, he just stopped playing. Went offline in 2014 and never came back. No message, no goodbye. A year later, his account still hadn't come back online. I asked around. People said he moved schools. I even DM'd his Steam once, but nothing. Eventually, I stopped checking. But last night, after poking around our old world and fixing up the old storage room, something happened. I was about to log off when the chat box blinked. J4Red has joined the game. My chest tightened. No one had that login but him. The server wasn't public. I hadn't port forwarded. I hadn't even connected it online. It was just a single player load, technically LAN enabled, but there was no one else on my network. I stared at the screen for what felt like a full minute. Then the chat blinked again. Me, Jared, no response. I pressed tab. His name was there. White, vanilla, no ping lag, no ghost mod behavior. It looked legit. I typed again. Me. Is this a joke? Who is this? Still nothing. I walked out of our old base, sword out, eyes darting. It was nighttime. A few mobs spawned in the distance, but the server was peaceful, just like we always played it. Still, something about the sky felt wrong. The stars were brighter. The moon had a red tinge to it I didn't remember. Then I saw it. In the distance, past the forest near spawn, a single torch. It hadn't been there earlier. I followed it. There were more now. Torches placed in a clean path, not generated. Someone had put them down recently. In fact, some of them were still flickering like they'd just been lit. At the end of the trail was a single signpost. I remember, and just behind the sign, Jared's old skin, just standing there, looking at me. He didn't move, just stared. A Steve-like skin with the red hoodie we used to laugh about. No armor. No name tag above his head now, even though it was there on the tab list. I crept closer. He still didn't move. I typed in chat again. Me. Jared, is that you? He took one step backward, then turned and ran into the woods. I chased him, heart racing, palms sweating. I didn't know why. It felt like a dream, or a prank, or something worse. But then, J4Red has left the game. He vanished mid-run. No logout animation, just blinked out. I stopped, just stood there panting. In the silence, I realized something. Torches were gone. The path gone. Even the signpost. I alt-tabbed, checked my system processes, checked my Wi-Fi. Everything seemed normal. No remote desktop, no strange pings, nothing running that shouldn't be. I checked the logs. They confirmed everything. J4Red had joined. J4Red had moved, placed the torches, left. I went back to base. Everything looked untouched, except for one chest. In our old bunk room, the one we used to RP sleep in with beds side by side, one chest was cracked open. Inside, a single book, no author listed, just one page. You left. I didn't. I haven't logged in since, but the world file's still there. And this morning, I noticed something that made my blood run cold. In the folder, a new file appeared. Screenshot 2014-8-19-2341-06.png. The date, the exact night Jared stopped logging in. I opened it. It showed my Minecraft character sleeping in the bed, and Jared's character standing over me, watching. Update 1. The screenshot changed. I couldn't stop thinking about the screenshot. It sat in the world folder all morning. I'd opened it a dozen times, each time hoping I'd imagined it, but there it was, my old Minecraft character in bed, and Jared, or whatever had his skin, looming over me, watching, waiting. The timestamp bugged me the most. August 19th, 2014. That night was burned into my brain, not just because Jared disappeared, but because of something else I'd forgotten until now. That was the night we argued. I don't remember the details. Probably something stupid. I was always the one who wanted to do serious survival. Jared just wanted to build floating islands and make trapdoors do dumb things. That night, we fought over lava griefing. He logged out without a word and never came back until now. I should have deleted the world file, burned it, thrown my whole PC in the trash. But instead, I clicked play. The world loaded like nothing had happened. No creepy sky, no torches in the woods. The The spawn area looked exactly the same. My base was still intact, chests untouched, beds side by side. I checked the bunk room first. The chest from before was still open, the book still there. You left. I didn't, but there was something new. A second book. It hadn't been there before. My heart thudded as I hovered over it. Title: Wake Up. No author. I opened it. Page 1. You were dreaming in 2014. This is the part where you remember. That was it. Nothing else. I didn't understand. Was it a riddle? A reference? I closed the book, confused, and that's when I noticed it. The game had gone silent. Not like muted silent, like it wasn't loading sound. No wind, no passive mob sounds, not even footstep sounds when I moved. I pressed F3. My coordinates were updating, but the memory usage was locked, frozen. The chunk updates, 0. I walked to the front door of the base and opened it. The world outside was gone. I don't mean glitched. I mean it was black. Just void. No sky, no terrain. Just a few blocks around the house and then nothing. Like the game had deleted everything except me and the base. And then footsteps behind me. I turned. The bunk room door had closed. Slowly, I crept back toward it. Every pixel of my screen screaming something was wrong. I opened the door. No one there, but the beds had changed. Mine was missing. Only Jared's remained, and on it was a pressure plate. That shouldn't have been possible. You can't place pressure plates on beds, but it was there. Stone, old school texture. I didn't want to step on it. Every instinct told me not to, but curiosity always wins. I stepped on the plate. Boom. The screen went black. My heart dropped. I thought the game crashed. Then something loaded, but it wasn't my world. It was a hallway, all obsidian, just like the one from the final screenshot. Redstone torches pulsed dimly on the walls, casting long shadows. My hotbar was empty. No items. I tried to hit escape. Nothing. No pause screen. The chat opened by itself. J4 read, "You should have stayed gone." Then the signs appeared. Dozens of them lined the walls, each one spaced perfectly apart like someone had planned it. Every save you deleted, every mob you abandoned, every version of yourself you forgot. I kept walking. I couldn't stop. The hallway forced my movement. At the end was a chest. I hovered over it. No sound played. No creak. No click. Inside was one item. A book. You were the seed. Suddenly my game froze. A new window opened. Not in Minecraft. On my desktop, it was a notepad file. Title: Server Chat Log. August 19th, 14, TXT. I hadn't created it. I opened it. It had one line. J4 read, "Stop watching me." My blood turned to ice. I closed Minecraft immediately. My fans were whirring like crazy. CPU usage was spiking. I yanked open Task Manager, killed the process, and shut everything down. After a few minutes, I rebooted. The file was gone. The screenshot too, like it had never been there. But when I opened File Explorer, the world file was still listed, with a new name. Remember Me, and next to it, a second world, Base 3, Final. Its creation date, today, but I didn't make it, and it's locked. Grayed out in the launcher, but I can still see it, like it's waiting, like he's waiting. Update 2. The book wasn't empty. I didn't sleep the night I found the screenshot. I kept replaying it in my head. Jared's skin, the red hoodie, standing over my sleeping character, watching. Why would that screenshot exist? I hadn't taken it. My PC logs confirmed that. And it wasn't in the screenshots folder until that morning. It had just appeared. I tried to forget it, told myself it was a weird glitch. Maybe I'd accidentally recorded something back in the day, and it got restored during the reinstall. I even checked metadata, but the timestamp matched Jared's last login. Exactly, down to the second. I didn't tell anyone, but the next night, I opened the world again. I don't know why. Curiosity, stupidity, guilt. This time I spawned outside our base. That was strange enough. I always logged off in the bunk room. But now I was standing in the forest, right where I'd seen him disappear. My inventory was empty. I opened chat, nothing. I hit tab, no one, just me. I turned back toward the base, and that's when I saw the trail again. Torches, freshly placed, leading away from spawn in a new direction. Not toward the woods this time, but toward the ocean. I followed. They stretched across the sand, leading to a pier. I didn't remember building it. It was crude, oak logs and slabs, but something about the symmetry felt familiar. At the end was a boat. I got in, and without touching the controls, it started moving. I didn't even have time to react. It glided perfectly across the water, cutting through fog that wasn't there a moment ago. The moon above looked dull now, dead, like an old CRT screen in the sky. Then I saw it, a small island, circular, flat, and in the center, a single obsidian pillar. On it, a chest. I stepped out of the boat, finally able to move again, and walked to it, slowly. The sounds of the ocean were gone. No waves, no music, just the faint hum of redstone, though I couldn't see any. I opened the chest. Inside was the book, the same one from our bunk room. Same title, You Left. I didn't, but now it had more pages. I hovered over it, 13 pages. Heart racing, I opened it. The first page was the same as before. You left. I didn't. But the second page said, I waited. Every patch, every update, alone. I flipped through, page after page. Everyone moved on. You deleted the others. I remember. Why did you stop? Why did you let me rot here? This world was us. You logged off. I never could. By page 11, the font had changed. It looked hand-drawn, jagged. You made me. You named me. I watched you grow up. And then you forgot. Page 13 was blank, but as I stared, letters started to appear, one by one. I want to show you something. Then the chest slammed shut. My screen shook, like literally shook. Not an in-game effect. My monitor glitched. The UI flickered. For a second, my desktop wallpaper showed behind the game window, like Minecraft was fighting with something else. Then, J4RED has joined the game. He was standing on the edge of the island. I couldn't move. My camera wouldn't turn, but I could hear it. A sound, like 10 withers spawning at once, but deeper, slower, choking. He walked toward me. Then everything went black. Game crashed. I tried reopening it. Crashed on boot. I opened the logs. Last entry read, server, teleporting you to J4 red home. There wasn't a command I recognized. I went to the world save folder. Inside a new subfolder, J4 red home. It had one file, base3 updated.mc structure. A structure file? I'd never used those. But when I dragged it into another world, using a test schematic tool, it loaded just fine. What I saw made my stomach twist. It was our old base, but changed, expanded, warped. Hallways led deeper underground. Bunk room walls were covered in signs. Paintings were replaced with player heads. Mine, hundreds of them. Every room contained a variation of something Jared had built, except corrupted. His library was burned, but still standing. His melon farm was filled with soul sand and flickering jack-o'-lanterns. And in the center of the main chamber was another book. It sat on a lectern. Title, Now I'm Real. I haven't opened it. I haven't even touched Minecraft again. But today, I opened my webcam software to adjust settings before a Zoom call. And there was a photo in the folder. A webcam capture I didn't take. Timestamped 3:41 a.m. It showed me, sleeping at my desk. And behind me, a red hoodie, barely visible in the dark. Update 3. I checked his inventory. I told myself I wouldn't open the world again. After what happened last time, the sign, the book, the screenshot, with Jared standing over me, I backed up the world folder and tried to move on. But the thought of it lingered. Not like fear, more like guilt. It was my fault, wasn't it? He'd said it. You left. I didn't. And now, he was back. For 3 days, I ignored it, deleted Minecraft, blocked the folder with a password. But on the 4th day, something changed. Another file appeared, playerdata/j4red.dat. There should have been no player data. This was single player. No second account had joined since 2014. I checked the timestamps. The file had been created just that morning at 3:41 a.m. I hadn't been on. No one had. At least, no one real. I reinstalled Minecraft, opened the launcher, loaded the world. I spawned in the base again. Everything was normal. The chests, the minecart tracks, the bunk beds. Nothing new, nothing placed. Until I opened my own inventory. I didn't recognize the hotbar. Slot 1, a redstone torch. Slot 2, a book. Slot 3, shears. Slot 4 to 9, empty. I didn't put those there. I always kept my pickaxe in slot 1, sword in 2. I never even used shears. I opened the book. Same as before, 1 page. You're close now. Close to what? I checked the logs. J4Ed has joined the game. He was back, but this time there was no tab name, no chat message, just the log entry. I stood still, heart pounding. Then something moved behind the base window. I turned. Outside, across the lake, in the trees, his red hoodie. He wasn't facing me this time. He was building something, 1 block at a time, slowly. Stone bricks, arranged in a circle. I crept outside and walked toward him, keeping my distance. He didn't move, just kept placing blocks. A perfect circle, 7 blocks wide. At the center, a single chest. He stopped, turned to face me. Still no name tag, still no movement. Then, the chest opened, without him touching it. A puff of smoke. He was gone, just like before. I opened the chest. Inside, 1 music disc. 11. 1 name tag, Jared. 1 lead, a book and quill. I clicked the book. It had multiple pages this time. Page 1, you left me here. Page 2, you stopped logging in. I never did. Page 3, I kept building. I kept waiting. Page 4, I found the glitch. I walked too far. Page 5, I saw the edge. It let me back in. Page 6, now you can see me. I clicked to the final page. Check my inventory. I froze. He wanted me to open his file, the J4RED.at. I quit the game. Opened NBT Explorer. Loaded the player data folder. Opened j4red.at. It shouldn't have worked. You're not supposed to read ghost data like that, but it did. His inventory had only 4 items. A compass named Home, a clock with no hands, a player head named You, a writable book. I clicked the book tag. It had text. You're almost ready to see it. See what? I went back into the world. A new sound started playing. Faint, low. It was the 11th disc, but it didn't sound right. Slower, cursed. I followed it. The music grew louder as I walked, deep into the forest, through the mountain pass Jared and I used to mine under. I remembered the place well. We had a hidden base there, our fallback bunker, in case griefers attacked Spawn, but it wasn't hidden anymore. Now it was lit up, the same redstone torches from before. The stone door was open. Inside signs, dozens of them, lining the walls, one after another. Each one had a message. 2012, when you first joined. The Jungle Temple. You stole the gold. You broke my minecart. You said be right back. I waited. I moved deeper inside. There was a bed, and beside it, a figure, Jared's skin, lying down, still, breathing. I tried to leave, but the door had closed. The game glitched. Screen shook. A message appeared in chat. J4RED. You logged off before. J4Red. You don't get to now. The world went dark. I closed the game, deleted the save, emptied recycle bin. But the folder came back the next morning, and this time, inside, a text file, server log 2014-8-19.txt, just one line. He's still online. Update 4. My old base isn't in the world, it's in me. I tried everything, deleted the world, nuked my saves, scrubbed my .minecraft folder, changed my IP, wiped my drive. I even formatted an entirely new PC. But when I reinstalled Minecraft and hit single player out of instinct, the world was still there. Base 3, rebuilt, same name, same icon, except now the thumbnail showed me, not my player skin, me, a photo, an actual, real-world photo of me, a school photo I hadn't seen since 6th grade. I clicked it, it loaded instantly. No menu, no world gen screen, just darkness, until my vision faded in, and I was standing at spawn, but not the way it used to be. Everything was perfect, clean, unnaturally clean. Our old base was rebuilt block for block, but sterile. No torches flickering, no signs, no chests, no mobs, no music, just silence, like the world had been preserved in vacuum. Then came the message, J4Red. This is your final login. I didn't type anything back. I couldn't. My keyboard wasn't responding, but my character moved anyway. I walked through the base, down the old mine, into the redstone room we never finished, past the tunnel where the creeper used to spawn every night, until I entered the chamber. It didn't exist in our old world. It was circular, obsidian-lined, with bedrock at the ceiling and floor. Signs lined the wall again. Dozens, hundreds. They were all memories. My memories. Your first diamond. The house you blew up by accident. The dog you forgot to feed. Jared's base you looted. I reached the center. There was a command block. And Jared. His skin was there, but corrupted. Head twisted sideways. Body jittering in and out of animation frames. Limbs floating a few pixels apart from where they should have been. Above him, a name tag, but it didn't say J4RED. It said player left 081914. I realized what it meant. That wasn't Jared anymore. That was what he became, a fragment of his last login, frozen in that moment from 2014, and somehow he'd kept running. I stepped forward. The screen glitched violently. Blood red shader. A sound cue that wasn't Minecraft. It sounded like a slowed down version of us laughing from an old video. Then my screen froze, just for a second, and I was staring at a new structure. A grave, just a single grave block, a player head on top. Mine. I backed away, but my controls were locked. Text appeared in chat. Player left. Alright, 194. You buried me when you left. Player left. 8914. Now I bury you. My screen cut to black. I heard digging, block sounds, faster and faster, and then a final pop sound, the one from when a player drops all their items. When the screen came back, I was no longer in first person. I was watching from above. My own character was lying down, still, on a bed of dirt. Red particles swirled around it, like nether portal dust. And then, the final message appeared. Base 3 has been saved to you. The game closed on its own. My computer froze. But the worst part, the name on my desktop had changed. The folder wasn't called .minecraft anymore. It was named You Can Log Out Now. And inside it was one single file. jar3dfinal.mem. I opened it in Notepad. Just one sentence. You never logged out. We just stopped playing.